Hello all, this video is continuation of rapid manufacturing and prototype tooling. So in indirect tooling, we have parts like pattern, the wall and PUR cavity. So this is nothing but the impression or the shape which we want in the product. So in indirect tooling, PUR mold. So this is a mold and this is the shape which we want obtained from an additive manufacturing master partly opens. Separated mold half with cast wax pattern for lost wax casting. PUR cavity, a black one, which is obtained from additive manufacturing master, backup system by aluminum walls. The higher rigidity of the PUR material in combination with the backed up walls leads to a mold that delivers much more precise wax patterns than could be made by a soft silicone mold. In comparison to milled all aluminum tools, it is cheaper and has a much shorter lead time. This kind of mold can be used for a small series of production of complex precision cast parts. So there are parts that cannot be evaluated as samples made by manual casting from thermoset prototyping material, but it needs to be made by a plastic injection molding machines and from the final series material. Examples are the plastic parts. If we want to make some plastic parts, we use plastic molds. So from which we can, the plastic molds will be made from additive manufacturing, additive master, and we can make the shape made of flame retardant materials. Therefore, rigid molds are needed. To avoid traditional tooling, a suitable rigid mold can be cast from aluminum filled epoxy using a stereolithography or polymer jetted master. Despite the material, the process resembles the RTV process. For improvement of sharp edged details, milled inserts can also be used. This kind of tool is typically not cooled and shows just a few manually operated inserts that substitute the sliders. So indirect tooling, uh, but we have a disadvantage in indirect tooling also while manufacturing. The long cycle times, it takes a long, if the impression is, if it's difficult, then it takes long cycle times to do the procedure. Skilled labors are necessary, and of course, it is a costly and expensive process. In figure below, both cast resin mold halves can be seen before being inserted in the mold frames. The stereolithography master, light brown, as well as a set of molded parts, black in color, can also be seen. So, whichever shape we want, we can make mold for that, and based on the mold we can do the production in mass. We can do mass production. The stereolithography master, which is light brown in color, so as well as a set of molded parts black in color can be seen. A small series of parts has been made from HDPE to be tested in the engine compartment of a passenger car. So the next one is indirect manufacturing. Indirect manufacturing is based on additive manufacturing masters as well. The goal is to obtain final or series parts with properties which are equal to traditionally manufactured non-additive manufacturing products. Consequently, indirect manufacturing belongs to the application level manufacturing. As an example for indirect manufacturing, the figure below shows a six-cylinder combustion engine housing. So, this is indirect manufacturing, uh, where we want to develop a cylinder combustion engine housing we want to develop. So, this is a simple sketch of additive manufacturing application level. It was produced as a one of the important part based on the additive manufacturing master from polystyrene by laser sintering. So laser sintering is one of the process which is performed in indirect manufacturing. The scaled master was transformed into an aluminum part by evaporative pattern casting, and also it also called as full mold casting, which is a process closely related to the low wax casting process. As a result, a series of identical engine housing is obtained. Whichever we want, whichever shape or uh, whichever product we want, we can get it from the molds and also from the impressions. This can also be used to optimize and verify the engine design test runs along before series molds are available, but also as a small series product example for racing. Whether this is an appropriate manufacturing method or not a technical or an economical question. So this is the process which is performed in indirect manufacturing. We use polystyrene and laser sintering, additive master molds, and wax casting processes are performed in indirect manufacturing to in additive manufacturing. I hope you would have learned from the video. See you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Radhika.